Tactical Doctrine. Welcome back, guys. Hope you guys are enjoying this series so far. I can tell you that I am enjoying it very much. Please continue to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, and please put your inputs down in the comment section so I can learn more and the entire community can learn more as well. But without further ado, let's get into Tactical Doctrine. Here, we compare the battlefield strategy and doctrine each side employs. It's structured military science versus opportunistic shock tactics. The Clone Trooper Doctrine was developed to fight a galactic war, whereas the Helldiver Doctrine revolves around rapid strikes and high-risk missions. Helldiver Tactical Doctrine. Helldivers operate as elite shock troopers. Their typical mission profile is to drop behind enemy lines, carry out sabotage or capture objectives, then extract. They are essentially futuristic paratroopers mixed with special forces. The Helldiver Doctrine emphasizes mobility, surprise, and overwhelming localized firepower. They prefer to attack from an unexpected direction, hit hard, and accomplish the mission, and then escape before protracted engagement ensues. Helldivers are trained to be autonomous. Once on the ground, a small team makes its own tactical decisions in absence of high command. Aside from mission updates, they are used to fighting surrounded by enemies, using every tool at their disposal to survive. Friendly fire caution is drilled into them, though accidents can happen. In lore, that's treated with dark humor. Helldivers will not typically line up and advance in formation. Instead, they'll spread out, find cover, call in support, and use area denial weapons to control the flow of the battle. Via minefields to prevent flanking, turrets to hold choke points, you get the point. They excel in defensive firefights where they can funnel a horde into kill zones, and in offensive raids where they can appear out of nowhere at critical spots. However, the Helldivers lack large unit formation experience. You won't see Helldivers performing a regimental parade or a multi-company pincer movement. Coordination beyond the squad level might be ad hoc. Perhaps they'd elect overall commanders among themselves for this battle, but it's not their bread and butter. Their doctrine is flexible to the point of looseness. If one approach isn't working, the Helldivers might independently decide to try another via, "I'm calling down a mech suit over here, cover me," while another says, "I'm going to flank right with a flamethrower." This individual initiative is great for adaptability, but can conflict if not properly led. In summary, Helldivers' tactics are aggressive, unpredictable, and rely on technological force multipliers. They are more than willing to trade lives for victory. Every Helldiver is prepared to die for Super Earth, as propaganda ensures them their death is glorious. Meaning, they'll charge a machine gun nest if needed, though more likely they'll drop a stratagem on it instead of frontal charge. Clone Trooper Tactical Doctrine. Clone Troopers follow a formal military doctrine shaped by both Camino training and Republic command structure. They fight as units, squads, platoons, companies, each with designated leaders and roles. A basic clone infantry tactic is fire and maneuver. Some troopers lay down suppressive fire while others flank the enemy. They make heavy use of cover and move in bounding overwatch. One element covers while the other moves. Clones are extremely well coordinated. We often see them call out targets, "Concentrate fire on Sector 3!" and perform actions in unison. They also integrate combined arms by default. On the battlefield, clones coordinate with tanks, walkers, and gunships overhead. Tactically, clone commanders will use reconnaissance, maybe an ARF scout trooper or probe droid, to assess the enemy, then deploy units in classical fashion, i.e. fix the enemy with a base of fire, flank with another element, use heavy weapons against hardened targets. They also make use of covering fire and retreat maneuvers if needed. Clones will fall back in formation rather than rout individually, thanks to discipline. The presence of ARC troopers adds some unpredictability on the clone side. ARCs perform daring solo maneuvers or take on objectives unconventionally, but generally, clones stick to the battle plan and hierarchy. Adaptability. Clones are trained to adapt to separatist droid strategy, and with Jedi leadership, they often have to adjust on the fly to crazy plans. So while rigid, they aren't completely inflexible. After all, they learn to counter enemies like the cunning General Grievous or the wild tactics of Jedi generals. By Phase 2, many veteran clones have developed personal strategic sense. Examples: Rex, Cody, etc., who could plan complex operations themselves. One hallmark of clone doctrine is combined fire. Multiple clones focus fire on single targets to bring them down quickly. Since the battle droids can be tough in numbers, they will absolutely employ this against, say, Helldivers' heavy exosuits, expecting that concentrated rifle fire can pierce most armor with enough hits. Another hallmark: clones dig in effectively. They set up perimeter defenses, coordinate overlapping fields of fire, and use heavy weapons at choke points. The 212th Attack Battalion, for instance, is known for frontal assaults, hence Attack Battalion, while others like the 327 Star Corps often establish defensive lines against droid forces. Comparison. In a direct confrontation, clone doctrine is much more suited to pitched battle. They will likely take a measured approach, secure terrain, advance undercover, use suppressive fire, and flanking. If Helldivers drop in suddenly, clones might initially be thrown off, but their training will quickly kick in. They'll form firing formations and respond to the threat systematically. Helldivers, by contrast, will try to disrupt the clones' organized maneuvers with shock tactics, flashbang grenades, sudden strafing runs, etc. It's almost like guerrilla-style tactics, Helldivers, versus conventional military tactics, clones, but with both sides being high-tech and elite. Helldivers might not have a unified command structure as effective as the clones. Sure, they have comms and likely someone acting as commander, but clones literally have designation CT numbers for each trooper in clear rank, enabling quick top-down orders. For example, if a clone captain sees a flank collapsing, he'll order reinforcements there, and those clones will obey immediately. If a Helldiver officer tried the same, the more freewheeling Helldiver squads might take more precious seconds to adjust or might be preoccupied with their own immediate situation. Helldivers excel in chaotic situations where strict plans fail. They improvise well because that's their norm. Clones excel in structured engagements and will impose structure on chaos when possible. On a strategic level, clones have better logistic doctrine, supply lines, medvacs, etc. Though, in this short matchup, that's not huge. Helldiver strategy is often simply hold out long enough until the job is done or you're dead. Clones will consider casualty conservation a bit more, but the edge goes to the clone troopers when it comes to tactical doctrine. The clone army's tactics are more refined for large-scale warfare. They bring superior unit coordination, planning, and battlefield control. Helldivers have ingenious tactics at small scale and can sow chaos, but the clone troopers' doctrinal solidity will generally give them the upper hand in executing battle plans and reacting in an organized manner to battlefield developments.